And we're up. All right. So, last time on our all monk adventure, the day of 10,000 fists. Ooh, sorry guys, got allergies. Uh, Last time on the day of 10,000 fists, our intrepid monks are climbing the Tower of Challenges. They are taking part in a once a decade extra dimensional challenge. And this year, it is climbing this tower. On the first floor, they encountered some kind of horrifying tree with corpses in its branches. On the second floor, they encountered nightmarish mind flayers, reminiscent of ancestral enemies of the Razormind school, of which the Silence is a part. And on the previous floor, they found themselves in a fairly recent battlefield.
Hello.
The battlefield where Ty stepped foot on the battlefield as a warrior on the side of sort of the just forces, but to save his life and the life of his compatriots,
Are they
Are they
walking in
walking
there?
in there?
ended up starting
Right?
a new branch of the demonic cult with
There's
himself
more.
as the leader. So you all have slowly put together that you are traversing through what seems to be memories tied up with certain events from your all's history. You have emerged now at the top of a massive tower. This tower stretches hundreds of feet up into the air, far higher than the floors you have climbed. The roof of the tower is illuminated by red lanterns hung around the edges, and they just sort of barely illuminate this. You realize you're looking at clouds. You are that high up. But right before we capped off last time, you all saw something moving in the clouds. So we will pick up with you all on the roof of the Tower of Challenges. Something is moving in the mist. Something massive. What are you all going to do?
Which side of the tower is it on?
It is apparently moving like... it's like circling the tower.
Well, then I'll go to a random edge and look down at it. Or up at it, whichever direction it's in.
All right. Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, hello, Nat 1.
Oof. On a nat 1.
That cloud looks like a bunny.
Yeah, I think we got to go with this. So as you're kind of like leaning out, a cloud drifts remarkably close to the edge of the tower, almost sort of swirling around it. And your eyes are drawn away for just a minute, and you realize something is swirling through the cloud, and you don't even necessarily see exactly what it is, but you suddenly feel a strange drag on your mind. You find
I
yourself
strongly disapprove.
you find yourself sort of getting disoriented and woozy. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh man, a saving throw for a bad perception. Get the
my
bad
God.
rolls out of the way now.
Yikes! You all watch. Snicked looks out over the edge, looks at the clouds, and you see something almost sort of like ripples out of the clouds. You only see it because it like pushes the clouds a little bit, and Snicked falls unconscious.
Oh,
And I'm going to have
Well, then.
everybody roll for initiative.
That was quick.
when you say he fell unconscious, did he lose all his hit points?
No,
or
he
is
fell asleep, not
Gotcha.
dead.
That's the death touch.
the first for me?
And I guess if I'm asleep, then I do not have access to any of my fighting styles.
That is an excellent point that I don't know if I wrote into your character. I think you might just be stuck in your last fighting style.
Oh, okay, so I'm stuck as a turtle then. That's not the worst thing.
Yeah, let me double check.
Oh,
Since Joe is playing the master of many styles, let's see if it says anything about being unconscious.
there he goes.
No, nothing about being unconscious. Now, if it requires a reaction or something, obviously it doesn't work.
So I can't change styles because that requires a reaction.
Right. So Ty got an 11. Snicked, what's your initiative? Just to know where you're at.
My initiative is fast asleep. 19.
Oh,
Huh.
you're
I react very quickly in my sleep.
all right. So at the top on initiative count 20. I hate that these don't pop up on the page. Oh, they don't pop up because it doesn't have layer actions. That's good for you all. So on initiative count 20, nothing happens. And then it is Snicked's turn. Snicked, you are just out like a light.
I am snoring.
On initiative count 18.
Do I get any sort of saves to try and wake up?
You do not.
Sad day.
So on
Did
initiative
my
count,
initiative go through?
I plugged it in.
Okay. For some reason, it didn't show up in the Roll20 chat.
Yeah, the Beyond 20 sometimes captures them and doesn't let it go through. I don't know why. I think there's some option you have to check, like send to both, and it doesn't always work. So, anywho, the creature out in the mist comes into sight.
Whoa.
Oh.
It is a massive, semi-translucent dragon. It has sort of a serpentine form. There aren't really like giant wings like you see on certain sorts of dragons. It just seems to sort of claw through the air, and it's almost like it's a condensed form of these clouds. Everybody, give me a perception check just for fun.
I'm assuming I automatically get a 1.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So, Lilifear, Ty. So, Lilifear and Ty, as this thing sort of flies past you, you can see that it's almost like there is something flickering inside of it. Not so much an item, it's almost like something is projected in the interior. Ty, you see glimpses of the sort of battlefield space that you all just left. Lilifear, you see images of playing with some of your fellow group members as children. You see them, you sort of like leading, taking on kind of a mentoring role, and you just see little snippets sort of flickering across the interior of this huge creature. And it is going to roll to see if it gets its breath weapon back. It does not. So instead, it's going to come about to here, and it is going to make a strange sort of bite attack against Lilifear. That is a 24 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
That is 14 piercing and 4 psychic damage. And you get a stack.
Oh. I love stacks.
All right. And it is going to continue to sort of fly just out of reach. Lilifear, that puts you at the top.
Okay. So that was 8 total damage, right?
No, that was way more than that.
Oh.
14.
14.
Piercing
Oh, okay.
and 4 psychic.
Okay, I heard 4 and 4, but okay.
Ah,
So, hang on, there we go. Let me math
And just for reference, you are going to make your ability checks and attack rolls minus a d4.
Okay.
But you're
Well,
up.
then. Okay. Am I anywhere close enough to shoot at this thing?
It's 30 feet, so you might be able to get it from the edge.
Because I can't even see where it is right now.
Oh, yeah, your all's vision is not quite as good as mine on here. That's weird.
I can fly, but it's not letting me.
Oh, I probably have it set to block movement.
Oh,
I can turn it
yeah.
off. There you go. You should be able to move now.
Okay. Although if I get killed out here in the nothing, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Getting killed over a 500-foot drop into a misty abyss.
Yeah,
That could be positive. You don't know.
yeah, no, I
I
could end
feel
up.
like it might be safer to jump into the misty abyss than to fight this dragon right now.
Maybe that's the trick answer here. Is we all jump off the building.
It's actually you're not supposed to fight this. You're supposed to just run.
Actually, I'm gonna try and see if I can wake up Snicked. I don't know why, but it seems like I'll try like shaking him and doing slapping him lightly on the face or something.
All right.
Snick, wake up.
Give me an attack roll. And there might be a follow-up, depending on how your attack roll goes.
So just any of my attacks, or
Yeah.
I swear, if you crit,
I could crit fail. I got an
Maybe
8.
attack with advantage so the snake's unconscious.
Not for this purpose.
Whatever, yeah, if we're trying
go
to
ahead
wake.
and roll damage. Just do like a normal unarmed strike.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I am trying very, gently to do this right now. So.
That's actually a pretty good combination. So you're gonna deal like 70% of your normal damage because your attack roll was not great. If you'd gotten a nat 20, you would have done exactly 1 point of damage. But instead, Snicked, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage and wake up.
ow!
Sorry, I was trying to wake you up. I hope you weren't dreaming anything important.
All right, that was an action. What else do you want to do?
I don't know. Run away. I'll go back over here for now. All right, I'm good.
All right. Oh, we already forgot to subtract that D4. We want to remember that.
Mm.
All right, the silence. You're up.
Alright, so dragon coming in. I kinda can't really see who the dragon is. I know it's over by Snick. Do what any smart person would do. Gonna move forward. And one already the dodge action.
So you can just take a dodge action. It's
I'll
not
just
a
take
reaction. You just say you're using it, and it just stays on.
Oh, I'm gonna use the dodge action.
All right. Oh, sorry, I totally jumped you. Oh, because you're the same. In that case, Ty, you're up.
Oh yeah. So can I roll for perception to see what are we supposed to do besides fight this dragon? Because I really don't want to do that right now.
Is there any other options?
Is there any other options?
Is there somebody else up here we can talk to?
Like maybe an insight check as to what I need to do or something like that. Investigation.
Inside, outside,
I mean,
upside down.
so here's what I'll tell you. There are two things out here, as far as you can tell. There are these lanterns, and there is this dragon.
Lanterns.
Now, it doesn't immediately seem to suggest a specific course of action, but it certainly kind of seems like you're going to have to deal with this dragon.
One thing.
Good.
Now, you do have those gloves of throwing, right?
The answer is a yes. I should.
Yeah. Throw the lanterns at the dragon.
It does make the range on your throwing daggers or your darts 40 feet.
That's awesome, but I actually cannot see it, so I don't know where it's at.
I guess we saw it drift off over this direction, but we don't know exactly where now. So
I mean, I'll say this: the silence definitely saw it. It is here-ish.
oh, okay.
All right.
All I see is a tower.
15,
That's
20,
it's the edge of the token.
25,
Gotcha.
30.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was the edge of the map or the token yet.
I guess I'm going to launch a dart into the abyss. So I don't see it.
What happens?
All right, make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Can I guide him?
You would have to have like
I got a
done
15.
something.
Gotcha.
You got a 15 with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. It
Oh,
does,
well, I roll the d4. Right?
no, you don't have that yet. That's the thing.
Oh,
That's only
yeah, you don't have
ability
a
fear.
second. Yeah, I only
Oh,
have the debuff right
Well, then,
now.
all right, well, I got 15. Does that hit?
Unfortunately, that is not going to hit.
Well, I guess I could throw a second dart.
You can.
11.
I ain't gonna do
So,
All right.
And
Then
then there's the last of my movement. And yeah.
it is Show's turn. Show, you're up.
Shall go.
Okay. So we gather that it's kind of down here at the bottom, right?
Yes.
All right. I am going to move that direction. And I'm going to wait right here. And I'm going to I'm going to prepare an action to stunning strike the dragon if he comes back to attack.
All right. You could use your bonus action to go ahead and shillelagh.
I can bonus action and prepare an action.
Yes.
Yes, I will do that then.
All right. So Show sort of situates himself against the void. So on initiative count 20, Lilifear, you feel a sense of sort of mental drag, something pulling against you. And all of you see one of the lanterns flickers, and there is not quite another Lilifear. It sort of emerges like a flickering orange flame. And it's almost like there's an illusion of Lilifear projected over it. But it emerges onto the balcony. But it does not yet act. Snicked, you're up.
Okay. Does the new Lilifear look hostile?
Give me an
Like
insight check.
That's entirely fair. 14.
It has a strangely alien quality to it. But it, in this context, it certainly feels kind of threatening.
Would there be any kind of action to investigate the torches?
You could take a quick look without having to burn anything.
Okay. Really what I'm wanting to know is how easy do they look to douse?
We are not dousing these torches.
I think that'd be a bad idea to douse the torches.
I can only barely see. Let's not make it worse.
But then the
Okay.
dragon wouldn't be able to see us either.
I mean,
No, it'll see us clearly. On his day.
Shadow Lilifear just stepped out of a torch, but okay.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
I mean-
if these torches could be bad, but
But that's
Keep
because
in
the
mind
torch
it's not-
flickered. If we just keep the torches burning bright, we're golden, right?
oh, if the torches go out, it's bad. Maybe.
All right.
This is confusing. I don't know. You could
You know
put out
what?
one torch and see what
We
happens.
can do a test. We can turn out one side off and leave one side on. The other side keeps spawning bad people, then we'll turn them all off. And just guide
There you go.
the blind.
So does it look like I could douse a torch without, obscene amount of tools?
Yeah, probably.
Scene tools.
All right, everyone. How much urine do you have? Because we're going to pee on a torch.
I
That was
will
my
come
thought, too.
up to this corner and attempt to douse one of the torches.
All right.
And if possible, I might even try to douse both of them since there's two right here.
All right, you have put out some torches.
Yay! I did something,
35
guys.
You did
And
a
now
thing.
35 snakes spawn on the board.
And
So did that
sniffed it.
take an action or anything like that?
2
I'm willing to
torches.
call that a bonus action.
Okay. Then I'm going to move back towards the center and take the dodge action.
All right. It is the creature's turn. It is going to make an insight check. Got a 10. Okay, it's going to go for it. Show, go ahead and make an attack of opportunity. Well, not attack of opportunity. Make an attack.
With my shillelagh, right?
Or were you doing stunning strike or something
Yep.
like that?
Yeah, but so I have to hit with shillelagh for that to
Oh.
work.
Right.
Is that how that works?
Oh, actually, I might be wrong. You might have to use an unarmed strike. No, it just says melee weapon attack.
Okay.
All right.
Beluga away.
That is going to hit.
Damage, and I use a key point to do the stunning strike,
Yep.
and he'll have to do a con save, right?
Yeah.
So
That's a
my
21.
that probably beats it. But what is my spell save?
Yes, 13.
Yeah.
I think it's, unless I did something weird, it should be 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom.
Yeah.
So probably like 13 or 14.
Yeah, I for whatever reason I thought mine used my con instead, but it's still 21 would still beat it.
Yeah. All
That
right.
should really be listed somewhere.
I will look here in just a second. But you are distracted because it is going to. Let's see. Which's more fun? Oh. Give it a
Oh,
recharge.
yeah, I see it
Okay.
now. It says 14.
It is going to make that crazy bite attack against you.
And can I mark it with my attack?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, let's mark it. And yeah, bite attack is fine. Let's see what happens.
16 to hit.
That'd be a miss.
All right. Then it is going to claw you. 22 to hit.
What?
And 15 to hit.
What was the first one to hit?
22.
Oh, I thought you said 42.
Yes,
And
this is a great worm.
I was very afraid. The 22 hits. What was the other one?
It was only a 15.
Yeah, that's a miss.
So that's 15 slashing damage. And since you have already
Damage.
used your reaction, it's just going to pull away. All right. It is Lilfear's turn.
Okay. Well, before this thing can cause problems, I'm going to try to put this torch out. If I can.
Sure. Although, oh yeah, there is a torch there. Oops, I need dynamic lighting layer. All right, you all are slowly plunging yourselves into darkness.
Yes.
Don't question it.
All right.
We are experts. We know what we're doing.
Lilifear, anything else?
Because that was an action, right?
Bonus action.
Bonus action. Okay. I don't see the dragon anywhere. I'm gonna head over. I'll just hang out right here.
All right. Next up is Ty.
Yeah.
So even after putting out that torch, my image is still there.
Yes, it is.
Hmm.
Well, if I don't like your image, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of it either. Maybe I should have shot at it, but oh well.
You know, you can't just quite kill it yet. That would be mean.
Yeah, no. All right, yeah, because I didn't want to like anger it too much. Maybe we could ask a question.
So,
What if it's actually here to help us?
Hasn't done anything hostile yet.
This is true.
Well, I could got more torches, I guess, for the hell of it. Well, I'll put this one out. Because clearly that's what we needed to do.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And
Better
then,
option than fighting the dragon.
Fine, we've got dark
40,
vision, right?
Sure, yeah, no.
45.
Only like
and
3 of
then-
us have dark vision.
Then I'm just gonna, take the dodge action and call it good.
Could you put out that torch too in the same turn, or
I don't know why they're doing this, you guys.
If there's action here and then bonus action
Torches
dodge,
don't do this.
I'll just
This is doing nothing.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So you're gonna try and put out the torch there too.
No, I'm gonna leave it lit for a little bit longer because I kind of like lights. I don't
Yeah, we
have
could either
dark
light in
vision,
the middle for now. Yeah.
All
but
right.
I'll put that one in.
In that case, the silence. You're up.
So, we're in the mode of putting out torches. I moved there. Right, cannot hit him with the dart.
I guess you could do the longer range throw, but it'd be disadvantage.
You can attack with disadvantage if you want.
I could, but I think that point, whatever damage I do to it will just be very minimal.
You can put out another torch.
Does the sound know anything? Maybe you should ask the sound a question.
Could.
Nom,
Sound,
Navi's-
can you speak to the dragon for us?
ask
No,
it what it
it's gonna go
wants.
away.
Hey, buddy, what you doing? Uh-huh. 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 It says it's the distillation of regret, and you will fall into despair and never be heard from again.
Oh, okay. Well, at least we know what it is now.
I feel like I make the sound a little bit more annoying every week. I don't actually remember what it sounded like starting off.
Oh well, too much fun.
So, like, what are we supposed to regret?
Or how do we
Summon-
not? How do we not die?
Like, how do we pass through your lair?
You don't.
Yeah, basically that.
Right. I don't think the
Gotcha.
dragon has a yeah.
It thinks I'm annoying, and it's going to kill me next.
Can we sacrifice anyone to appease you so we can move on? So the rest of us can move on. or is it all or nothing?
I think it just hates everyone.
It so just to speed this up, um, you get the impression it's not so much conveying. It's not so much having a conversation with the sound as it is sort of projecting powerful psychic impressions. It is a being of regret, and it is going to use that regret to crush you.
It probably doesn't really have wants or needs or whatever. It's just
Yeah, it's not
exists.
really like it's not just hanging out and talking.
It doesn't have motivations. It's like a force of nature.
Well,
So how do we fight a tornado
I'm
that despairs you to death?
gonna stand right here, and if it comes to attack us, I'll raid an action to attack it. Raise your mind, unarmed strike.
All right. I do think this is a moment of insight of why Snicked didn't get a floor of the tower. No regrets.
He has no regrets. Yep.
All right. Oh man. I'll just let it hang out. Lilifear's copy is going to make one Cosmic Bolt attack against Snicked and Lilifear, and a Crush attack against Ty.
Really?
It's not even near me.
Misses against Snicked. Misses against Lilifear. Man, it just rolled. It just rolled 3, 4, 2. Man, that was very disappointing. It just sort of floats
Yeah.
forward, and it doesn't even like pretend to sort of go through like the actual motions. It just sort of like throws its arms out and like almost sort of illusory, transparent copies of Lilifear's silvery cosmic bolts fly out, but they fly wide. Show, you're up. Oh, wait, no, sorry, hold on. Wait a minute.
But there's more.
Legendary action. Show, give me a charisma saving throw. Oh, whoops, nope, can't do that. It is going to... Lilifear, give me a charisma saving throw.
I don't have them. Oh, man.
That ain't going to do it. You now have
Wait.
2 stacks. You feel your recollections getting fuzzier and fuzzier. You're now subtracting a d6 from your attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. Would I have rolled a d4 for this save?
No,
or
it's
would it-
not for saving throws because I thought that was too cruel.
That was a bit too much.
Show, you're up.
All right. Do I get a sense of the direction the dragon went?
I thought it was over this way, but I don't know for sure.
That's what I thought too, but I wasn't
Well, I'm
positive.
pretty sure it went.
It went to
Somewhere
Disneyland,
over here.
McDonald's.
I think it went like this. Oopsies. That's not what I wanted to do.
A football play now.
Yeah. So yeah. Did not want to do that. Clicked on the wrong. There we go.
Wow.
I think it went this way.
Oh, you think it went up here?
I think it's circling us.
All
Looking
right.
for weak
That
spots.
makes sense. I'm going to come over here then, and I'm going to do the same thing as last time. I'm going to prepare an attack for when it comes back and try to stunning strike it again.
All right.
At the very least, hopefully I can distract the dragon from attacking everyone else.
while we goof around.
At the end of your turn, it's going to use another legendary action, and it's going to pop up over her.
Dang it, I went too far.
All right. On initiative count 20, another faux Lilifear appears.
Really doesn't like me.
Okay, so we doused that one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that one was out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter if they're lit or not.
Well, now we know.
Oh well.
All right. Snicked, you're up.
All right, and this fake Lilifear here attacked me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to tackle it. And I'm going to tackle its sickle first.
Sickle tackle to the face.
I'm going to use my lucky feat to reroll that. Okay, well, a 12 is better than natural 1.
With the way you all have rolled, some of you would have been better off being halflings. 12 is going to miss.
I'm going to make my second attack roll.
All right.
There we go.
That's going to hit.
All right,
All right.
3 points of damage.
Your sickle tears through it pretty severely. It doesn't seem to have like solid substance to it the same way. It almost sort of like wavers and becomes more staticky and inconsistent looking.
Okay. Well, then in that case, time for a flurry.
That'll hit.
Oh, come on, minimum damage.
Minimum damage is actually enough. It disperses. And
Whoa.
glowing reddish orange, like paper lantern, is floating in the space. Whoops. But it is this big.
Oh. Throw it at the dragon.
All right. Is that everything for Snicked?
I'm going to continue my move and end up here.
All right. It is the creature's turn. It is going to roll for breath. Still no breath. Y'all are very lucky. It is going to it is going to make that bite attack against Ty.
Oh.
That's a 22 to hit.
Oh, that's going to hit.
Yeah, because the mark from show was last turn, right?
Yeah, it's been a full turn since I
Okay.
hit him.
Yeah.
14 piercing.
Huh.
And 1 psychic, and you have a stack of... I can go ahead and tell you all. It's a stack of memory drain.
And despair points.
And it's going to make 2 claw attacks against Snicked.
Rude.
That's a 10. That's a 12. As bad as you all roll sometimes, somehow the monsters roll worse. All right. And that is its turn. Lilifear, you're up.
Well, dang. There's no obvious way to remove these memory stacks or whatever.
You have not figured out a way to do so yet.
Okay. I'm going to shoot and fake little fear. Nope, never. I'm not going to, but I can try again.
20 will hit.
Minus the.
Oh,
Wait, isn't
yeah.
that?
So, yeah, minus 1d6.
Oh my gosh. It's not waiting, but still.
16 is not going to hit.
Do I have any other? How many attacks do I get? I forgot now.
You can make 3 without spending key. And you can make a 4th by spending that extra point. Now, what I will point out is you know that an 18 hits. You have an ability called Focused Aim. If you miss with an attack roll, you can spend up to 3 key points, and for each point you spend, you add 2 to your attack.
Oh, okay. Wait, where is it?
It's called Focused Aim. So if you
Yeah, I
spend
see.
1 key, you can turn that last one into a hit.
Okay. 1 key. Okay. And then just roll the damage.
Yep.
Oh, what are you doing?
All right. Do you want to try to crush or stun it?
What's the difference? Okay. I can try crushing it, which is another key point, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Don't.
And strength save. Got a 21 on its save.
Ooh, gosh.
All right. So you have made 3 attacks. You can spend a key point to make your 4th attack, or that'll be the end of your turn.
Wait, let's see. Was it the second attack that I boosted
Yes.
after it? Yeah. And so, wait, I can. 17 also -4.
Yeah, that drops it to a 13.
So even with the +3, you wouldn't do anything. Okay.
Well, you could theoretically do up to +6, but that's 3 key points for 1 hit.
Yeah, but I'm not sure yet. It'd be worth it. I'll just go ahead and try and flurry, or yeah, cosmic bolt flurry. Mm. So 22 -3 would be
19 will hit.
okay then. Oh, I got to roll the damage.
Is that like the first hit on the dragon now?
No, I'm shooting.
3 or 4 times.
I'm shooting at little. Yeah, or somebody else did, but yeah, I'm shooting at little fear or fake me.
All right. 7 points of damage. It's pretty disrupted, but is not dead. Would you like to push it somewhere?
Yeah, push it back a little bit. Just keep it farther away. How many key points we got there?
All right. It is at the end of your turn.
I'm going to move back a little bit just because. There, I'll move back here. Okay, now I'm done.
Russell has just taken refuge under my desk to avoid taking his medicine. Oh, apparently it's not even medicine. He is just avoiding eating a treat because he thinks it's stealth medicine. Anyway,
Tricking him.
let's find.
Oh dang! I don't like the looks of that.
You should not like the looks of that. Everyone except for Lilifear and Show, give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right. So, Snicked and I'm going to do this one at a time. Snicked takes 19 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
That's with a wow.
Yep. The Silence takes 5 points of psychic damage because you saved and you have psychic resistance.
I think I'm dead.
Oof. Yeah, Ty, I'm sorry. You take 38 points of psychic damage.
What?
And you get
I think I'm
another
dead.
you get another stack of memory drain. That was 2 legendary actions. All right. It is. Oh. Ty gets to make a death saving throw.
Awesome.
Oh, you're back up with 1 hit point.
Oh. Well, how'd you look at that?
Fell down and got back up immediately.
He gets knocked down. All right.
Copyright strike.
Yep, that's all. That's all the music we got.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a few words from us.
does he get a turn? Is the question.
Probably not.
Whenever you
Yeah, what's your
start
turn?
your turn with 0 hit points. No, I think you get a turn. You have 1 hit point. It is your turn.
Oh.
You can do things like run
well,
away.
how much I can do? Well, I mean left. I'm going to use my turn to pop a lesser healing potion.
All right. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Gosh. Wait, what?
No, I'm messing with you.
Oh,
Oh, I got 2 healing.
I do show a greater potion of healing in your inventory.
I'm pretty sure I used it. And I
Oh,
bought
you might want to mark it off. Or you also have.
Yeah, I have it at 0.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
Well,
mine,
it's 0.
yes, that's 0.
You do also have your reversion technique. You can let yourself spend half of your hit dice as an action.
Oh, I kind of forgot about that one. Well, might as well.
That'd be 3d8 plus 3.
Well, let's see about that one. I got 4. 7.
All right. So you went from unconscious to like, not great, but you're in it. All right. At the end of Ty's turn, the dragon is going to flicker and move to about here.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
It is dematerializing. It sort of dissolves into mist.
Well, that was rude.
And it is the Silence's turn.
Dragon gone. For now.
I was going to say, dragon out of sight. Let's have a little object permanence here, people.
Hey, what happened to the other little fear? Is it just gone?
If I can't see it, it can't see me.
He's in the
Oh,
shadows.
I think it got moved.
Yeah, he's right here.
So I guess I will step up and smack Little Fear
The fake Lulu.
with
He
Raise your
didn't.
mind.
He didn't clarify.
Little Fear, fake.
Illusion.
This Little Fear, the one
All right.
in front of me. Fake, the phony, the ones that get shocked in the mind.
It's going to use its reaction to make you roll that with disadvantage.
It's going to
Did
say
not
no.
help.
I'm
I'll take I hit it.
Yep.
Oh, when we had the 3 Lilifers, we should have done the Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other.
The night is young. The illusory Lilifear pops.
Balloon.
And is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah. Move backwards.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
All right. On its former turn, the other lantern is going to move 30 feet.
Just move on our own.
And everybody give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check.
Yes. Unfortunately, that does mean that Lilifear and Ty will be making it with a minus a d6.
Oh, both of us are
I
D6
missed that.
now.
Yeah, you each have 2 stacks.
Oh. Well,
16 minus 3.
17.
Man, that was real close for y'all. So Ty and the Silence kind of notice some things here. So there's a few things you notice about these balloons. Not balloons, these lanterns. They seem like they are large enough that they would support the very light step of a monk. It looks like if you were to strike one gently, you could perhaps push it in a direction. It also seems like it naturally tries to follow the dragon. Also, it looks, you're not sure what's holding it up, but it looks like it could maybe be volatile.
Exploding lanterns.
So just to give you all some some options.
Ideas
All right.
other than.
So that was the silence. It is Show's turn.
Goes coming back down towards the dragon and gonna try and uh same thing I've been trying. Hopefully get him when he comes back up here.
You don't want to jump on a balloon? Keep saying balloon. Lantern.
Lantern balloon.
Does it look like it could hold me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. Do I need to make a check or can I just do it?
Nope. You're a monk. You just do it. You
Ooh, ooh.
fancy.
So
Yeah,
hold on. I was here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I jump onto the dragon?
That will take a check, but I'm not going to say no.
How how far down is it?
Uh,
Infinite.
truly hundreds of feet. You're looking at clouds.
I have slow fall, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's a good point. I mean, you could just be falling for forever, but
So 20d6 minus
There
what is
might be
that?
minuses.
No, that's slow fall is like minus what is it? Twice your monk level.
Oh no,
yeah.
I just have feather fall.
Oh, you have feather fall?
No,
Oh,
that's
wait.
what slow fall is, isn't it?
No, slow fall is
It reduces the damage
yeah,
from a
it
fall.
reduces your falling damage by 30,
Okay.
and falling damage maxes at 20d6.
Oh, a terminal block.
Um,
So there's a chance you would take 0 damage.
Dragon's pretty big.
It's a 26.
Uh, I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I can do to increase my chances of making this.
Could have tried to rope to you.
And we're in the middle of combat. We can't have time for sensible things like that. Um,
I was curious, what do we do?
yeah, I'm just gonna stay on the balloon. I don't want to risk falling forever.
We could have Littlefinger go out there and push the balloons into the dragon, because he can
Good,
fly.
good, great idea. I'm gonna yell that to Lilithir, come guide me, and I'm gonna stay on the balloon, and I'm gonna be readying that that stunning strike because I got a good feeling about my second one. If I can just get him.
Oh man, can't breathe. All right. So Show is on a balloon. You have a readied action, right? Hello.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, I said you're on a balloon. You have a readied action.
yep, that's it.
All right. On initiative count 20. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong token. we have fresh copies. All right. So they emerge. Oh, this one gets to move immediately because that is its initiative. It's just going to go straight at Snicked.
How dare.
That's a different copy.
And it is going to make a Steel Time attack. 21 to hit.
Reroll that.
All right.
32.
16 to hit.
That's a miss.
All right. Then it's going to just try and make some more unarmed strikes. 15 and 15. Man, y'all are really getting a lot of luck on the rolls. All right, Snicks, you're up.
Well, I was gonna go after the dragon, but now there's this thing in front of me.
Sorry.
So
You're
I'm
beating
just.
the other thing.
Well, you too. You're also in front of me and in the way. I'm just gonna hit the fake tie. Stabby, stabby. That's a 14 hit.
14 is not going to do it.
Stabby, stabby. How about a 24? Does a 24 hit?
It is going to use its reaction to impose disadvantage on that attack roll.
Rude. Well, then now I miss.
Yep.
Well, then I'm gonna flurry. How's a 20?
20 will hit.
Max damage.
It is almost entirely dissipated on the first hit. It is just barely in like staticky tatters.
And since that was the first of 2 flurries, let's do it again.
All right. That will hit.
I think I killed you. I'm sorry. Holy crap.
It's all right. It's all right. I forgive you. For now.
All right.
So he be gone. And then I'm gonna just hop on top of this.
All right. It is the dragon's turn. And just for fun, we'll say the sound told you forever ago. Its name is Metamnian, the dragon of regret. All right. It is going to check its breath weapon. Breath weapon recharge. All right. It is going to move forward. No, it doesn't have to move forward. Oh boy. Everybody gets to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
I don't have good saving.
Show saves, and I don't think Show, you can't be put to sleep, right?
Oh,
Snicked falls asleep, and everyone else is fine.
That tracks.
he likes sleeping.
Taking a nap on the lantern.
That does sound like adorable fan art if someone would like to do that for us. But the good news is that was sort of its whole turn. It is going to use its movement to kind of keep rotating up. And when it does, Show, give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
What's happening? They're the same. So, what's happening?
The dragon is moving, and the balloons are dragging behind it.
And I'm trying to hang on to them.
Yep.
That seems like athletics. Huzzah.
You have no problem. Um, I don't think I'm going to play with the possibility of an unconscious snake falling into the void.
Well, it was over the tower before it moved, so I would probably just fall off onto the tower.
I'm going to say that this would just be to fall prone.
Okay.
I don't even really want to entertain the idea of y'all falling into the abyss.
No regrets.
All right. Lilifear, you're up.
Okay.
There is a fresh Lilifear copy as well.
Right. Yeah, I will shoot at the fake me. Try to anyways. Nope, I will not. Oh, wait. 16, but then
You will miss with the d6.
yeah.
Oh,
let's
you will
see.
definitely miss with the d6.
Okay, try again. Oh my god. Nope. No. I could save them.
That is 3 misses without any kind of intervention.
Yeah, that third roll I was deciding because 18 minus 3. Uh, I'd have to spend 2 key points to hit it, wouldn't I?
It would just be 15. It would just be 1 to hit the copy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll spend 1 key point to hit myself.
Stop hitting yourself.
So, okay.
All right. Yeah, that'll hit.
And then let's see what's better, crush or stunning strike?
So crush also adds the potential of damage.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, I'll crush it.
All right.
Or
It's going
try
to
to
make
anyway.
strength save, which is not its forte. Nope, it got a 7 minus 1. And the first crush damage doesn't hit until the start of its next turn, right?
Okay. Uh, oh wait, that was the damage. Okay.
Yeah. So it'll take that at the beginning of its turn.
Right, okay.
All right. So that is Lilifear.
There we go. Okay.
All right. At the end of. No, we're not going to do that. It is Ty's turn.
Hey, what? Do I have like a death save to be doing?
We got balloons. We got a fake fairy. We got a big old dragon.
I guess we took out the fake. Yeah, okay, we got the fake tie taken care of.
I guess I'll try and be manly. Attack fake little fair. $26.
26 will hit. Don't forget to roll your d6, but in this case, it won't matter.
Oh, well, I'll roll it anyways, just in case. 1.
All right.
6 damage on fake little fear.
That is enough.
Awesome.
It pops. We have a new balloon.
Yeah, I'm not riding the balloon. I got 7 HP. We're not doing that. You know what? Maybe we'll just keep going.
You nudge the balloon in my direction.
Okay. Oh, can I nudge it?
Yeah, that'd be easy.
I'm gonna nudge it towards the silence.
All right.
And yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll stay over here and end my turn over here, where it's a little safer. Potentially. Lo and behold, I'm gonna get absolutely murked by the next Lilithir tie that's gonna come out.
All right. It is the silence's turn.
So simple. I'm gonna take the balloon. I'm just give it a very slight nudge. Yeah. To the right one this time. There we go. Just a very slight or a nudge this way.
Wait, what are you trying to nudge where?
The balloon.
Which
Give
direction are
the
you
balloon
sending it?
the balloon a slight nudge in this direction.
All right. Where are you wanting it to end up?
Oh, somewhere probably right around. I mean, somewhere kind of right around here. So like, I'm taking the dragon's heading this, or let me click in the wrong thing. Is heading in this direction. So if I put the balloon off in this direction, it has a chance to hit the dragon.
Heading into the world of a crown of cold.
Is my theory. Is my theory. And then could I use my Razor Mind ability to help figure out Lilithir's and Ty's mind to help him not have such a disadvantage?
Let's see what you're proficient in.
Psychic medicine.
Let's look at all your abilities here. I think you could probably use your action to make an intelligence ability check to try and remove one stack.
Good enough for me. You said intelligence.
Yep.
Can I get advantage of how the sound over there guided me, or also staring at it?
He would have to have used his action to. Oh no, you said the sound. Yeah, the sound can help you. So roll an intelligence check with advantage. $14. Yeah, I think 14 will remove a stack.
Well then, that will is my turn. Or I guess I could attack him again, or is it? That's the attack. It's just the action. So yeah, that was my turn.
All right. And you took out the last fake Lilifear, so it is Show's turn.
Didn't get much closer to the dragon. So I'm jumping on it.
All right.
Yes.
And honestly, as a monk,
Ride the
10
dragon.
feet's no problem. Now, and we'll take an athletics check just to see how you like land on it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Where do you want to land on it?
Um, this is like a traditional European style dragon, right? Or is it more
This is more serpentine.
serpentine? Okay, so no wings.
Right. It is just sort of
Um,
clawing its way through the air.
is there anything like is there anything sticking out of it that looks like I could grab onto it, like to hold on?
Yeah, it's got kind of like scales and spines and things.
I want to land in between some spines so that I have something to hold on to. On its back, preferably in a way where his claws can't reach me. Is that an action to land on it, or do I still have my full
I'm going to say that that's
full
just
arsenal?
movement.
Okay, then. Oh, I can't. I don't want to kill him because I might.
Plummet
I
to your
might.
death.
Yeah. Uh,
No regrets.
so I'm gonna try and crawl my way to its head, and try to see if I can kind of try to steer it over top of the tower, like,
Well,
or to maybe land on it.
here's something I'll tell you. You are not going to kill this thing this turn.
Sure, but if I stunning strike it and it succeeds, we might
That's
fall.
true.
So, yeah, I'm gonna try and steer it over top of the tower. Try
Oof.
to get it grounded, maybe, um, so that maybe we could gang up on it a bit.
I'm going to call that either animal handling with disadvantage or it's almost got to be with disadvantage because you're trying to wrangle a dragon.
Let's do animal handling with
So,
disadvantage.
animal handling or athletics?
Um, I'm gonna be honest. Athletics is a better mod, but this really feels like animal handling to me.
I
So
mean, I'll say this: it's moderately intelligent, so you are as much wrestling it as you are like trying to sort of direct it.
still feels like animal handling.
Jeez, all right,
14, 14,
it's
not
pretty
bad.
good. Yeah, you are able to sort of steer it. Uh, it seems like it will uh, head towards the tower on its next turn.
Yeah, I'm basically just to give you an idea what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it to land on the tower top so that we can all just kind of surround it and try to fight it.
Little Fear's cat has a complaint. All
Yeah, I
right.
know. Yeah, she's trying to send a message.
Anything else in your turn?
That's it.
All right. On initiative count 20. Oops. We've got new copies.
Man.
Whoops. Should not have just copied your token. Has all this stuff on it. All right. It's initiative count 20, and Fake Ty is going to go immediately. He's going to jump on the balloon.
Oh, hi.
So, Phantasmal Ty is going to... Let's make him roll. Okay. He's going to make some unarmed strikes. 18 to hit.
I have an AC of 19 right now.
All right. Second hit is a 12. Third hit is a 23.
Rude.
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
4 points?
Yep.
Is that enough to wake me back up?
Yeah. Any amount of damage would get you up. Although, that also means... oh, I should have been doing those with advantage. Oh, well. That's okay, because this is still going to hurt. It is going to... so at the end of that creature's turn, it is going to... Yeah. It's going to burn a legendary action. Yeah. Snicked, Silence, and Ty. Everybody give me a Constitution saving throw.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Can they do it? What are they making the saving throw from?
It unleashes a long line of this almost transparent mist. It's the same thing that has put has put Snick to sleep 3 times.
Is this from the dragon?
Yes.
Can I
you have to
like
roll.
can I give them advantage and like try to jerk the dragon away from them?
I will let you make an athletics check as a reaction.
I have to roll that d6 for your chat saves.
No, it's not on saving throws because that would be cruel and unusual.
Nope.
So,
No.
you try to wrench it, but you're trying to steer this whole thing basically just by like grabbing the spines and sort of frills on its neck, and they're just not made for steering. All right, Snicked, you wake up and you're asleep again.
Please tell me that fake Ty also falls asleep.
That's a good point. Let's see how it does. Con save. 5 on the die. You're both asleep. It's actually a little bit adorable.
Nap time on the lantern.
All right, it is the dragon's turn.
All the
it is
fan
going
art.
to continue its sort of crash forward. And from here, it is going to... It's going to make a bite attack against Show. It whips its neck around. 11 on the die. And then
Yes.
a claw against Snicked with advantage. Oh. So, melee attack against an unconscious creature is always a crit, right?
I
I don't remember.
feel like
It
the
is, but
answer
it doesn't matter because it got a nat 20.
Oh,
Oh my
well.
gosh.
Well, I think Snake's dead.
24 points of slashing damage.
24?
Yep. It's a big
Yeah,
old
I
dragon, and it just crit.
go from asleep to unconscious.
All right. That is its turn. Lilifear, you're up.
Uh,
No, my headset is not a toy.
I guess I'll try to shoot at the dragon.
You could give me a nudge.
Oh, a nudge?
You know, like just like a little kick in the chest or something.
Oh, yep, you're asleep too.
Oh, wait, which one are you? Oh, wait, you here?
Silence. No one's
Oh, okay,
asleep.
there's not a copy of you. Okay, that copy is something else. Okay. Wait, the sound? I guess the sound can't punch you or anything. So yeah, I'll slap you in the face or whatever. Oh, I should roll an attack for that.
Uh, yeah, 16 will hit the unconscious silence. Perfect. 1 point of damage, and he's awake.
Oh, that was the 1d6 for the minus.
Oh.
I didn't do the damage yet.
So you're rolling with
Yeah, those.
advantage because he's unconscious.
Oh, right. Okay. But I guess I already hit, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I guess I can make sure I don't crit him or whatever. No, okay.
All right. Yep, so roll some damage.
I did 7 for the damage roll.
So he'll take 2 points of damage. Actually, I think it'll be 1 point because you rolled your cosmic bolt, but your unarmed is actually less than that, right?
No, they're the same. 1d6 plus 3.
Yeah. All right, that is one
Yeah,
attack.
right.
Or sorry, that's 2 attacks. So you've got at least
Okay.
one more.
I can try to shoot the dragon again. No. Okay.
17 is going to miss, especially by the time you roll the other.
And I keep using up my keep points, so I don't think I have any more. All right. Okay. So I'll move back over here. All right.
All right, it is Ty's turn.
Ah. Well, you know what? There's nothing like being bold. Let's see if we can hit this dragon. No.
That's going to be a miss. That's a hit, even if you roll the 1d4.
Boom. kind of think of just going out in a blaze of glory and
I mean, stunning strike would be huge.
uh, yeah,
It'll be
we'll do
hard to
that.
knock out, but if you manage to knock it out even for one turn, that's nobody getting hit for a whole turn.
Oh, I mean, I was thinking of something different, but yeah, we're gonna go with the stunning strike.
All right, it's going to make a con save. It's only a 13.
When I find stunning strike,
It is stunned. Actually, well, all right, so it's not stunned. It's going to burn one of its legendary resistances. You see there's a glow about 2/3 of the way down its body that goes out. And there's only one more of those glows left.
Hmm.
oh
But you've only made 2 attacks.
yeah, I have my bonus attack. Well, right?
Yep, you've got at least one more. But it'll be an unarmed strike.
Oh, we'll flurry of blows.
Then you'll have 2 more.
We'll see if it can hit. Nope. Nope.
All right. It is the Silence's turn. And you are awake.
Big dilemmas here. Big dilemmas. Do I help Ty out and get rid of his last point of mind stealing, or do I go to Lilifear, or do I attack the dragon?
Hmm.
So I think I'm gonna go to Lilifear, and we're gonna,
You mean Ty?
or Ty. I mean, we're gonna go to Ty and help him see if we can lose his last bit of
Mind numbness, whatever it is.
mind numbness.
Memory drain.
Memory drain. Yes.
Not more. Someone forgot to hit the special button.
Mhm.
Don't know who that would be.
All right, you clear the last stack of memory drain.
Then could I use my bonus action to hit him?
I
Bonus
think
action.
any of your attacks that key off of a bonus action require you to have attacked.
Gotcha. Let's see if there's much I could do then.
You could spend a key point to dodge if you wanted to. Other than that, that's all I can see. Or to disengage.
Yeah. Could do that. So bonus action disengage.
Yeah, it costs a key point, but then you can go wherever you want.
I think I'll move down to here, but not out of the radius, and call that my turn.
All right, that brings us to fake Lilifear. Fake Lilifear is going to attack Show. $24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll get me.
5 points of force damage. You're going to need to make a strength saving throw. The force of it tries to push you off of the dragon's back, but you manage to stay on. Next attack is a 9.
That misses.
Whoops, I didn't put a recharge mechanic. Let's see if we recharge. We do. Second attack misses. Third attack also misses. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. That's still asleep. Snicked, first death saving throw.
Yay!
I
I'm
feel
not
like
dead yet.
I'll say I feel like I'm bullying you a little bit, but also it's really just the dice.
The dice is coming.
I'm sailing away.
Trying to see if there's literally anything else. All right. So Snicked has 1 success, and it is Matamnian's turn. It is going to see if it gets a breath weapon. It does not. It's just going to start attacking people. Bite attack against Show is a miss. Claw attack against Ty, 20 to hit.
Oh, I'm probably knocked out. See you guys later.
11 points of slashing damage.
See ya, boys, later.
So, would that reduce you to 0 hit points?
Yep.
So, at the end of the last fight, you picked up a strange silvery substance. You put it in a jar, and as this thing slashes you, the jar explodes. Ty, it's your turn.
Say what?
You have 1 hit point, and it's your turn.
Oh.
That silver stuff saved you.
What the rest of you see is this weird flicker where, like, Ty gets slashed and falls to the ground. There's this explosion, and then it's almost like in the space directly around Ty, everything just rewinds for a second.
Well, clearly I need to try to get a 18. Oh, wait, Harrison cleared me.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Can I spend the key point to make that a stunning strike and try?
Yep, it's got 1 more legendary left. But once
That's fine.
once you pull through that, you can go nuts. It only gets a 10.
Well,
It burns its last legendary. There are no more left.
Huh, thank goodness.
I'm going to turn it the right way back up now.
I was wondering why it was sideways.
It's because CJ, like, turned its head, and I wanted to...
Oh, right. I thought it was because, yeah.
We'll see if I can hit it again. 24.
That'll hit. And you could go ahead and try and stun it again.
I actively will.
It's going to make another con save. That's a 10. It is stunned.
Oh, thank goodness.
Stunned the dragon.
We are going to use unarmed strike because I'm running low on key. I'm blowing all these key points to try and hurt this thing. I think that's the free turn I got.
All right. If that's it, it is Lilifear's turn.
These stupid balloons do something.
I did tell you all the balloons explode.
I was at, yeah, the last turn after I'd done my turn, I was like, oh yeah, I should have. Okay.
I was planning on
Oh,
exploding one, but I fell asleep.
I was too busy trying to remove its resistances and stunned it.
Yeah, I'm going to try and shoot at the balloon. But we'll see if I actually nope. Um,
Yeah, that'll hit with a 19.
I still have the D6 to roll it, right?
It's a stationary target. You're good
Oh.
enough. All right. Go ahead and roll 3d10 for me.
Oh,
You don't have to worry about damage.
3D.
10.
Oh no, wait. I did that wrong. So D10 3 times. Okay.
So as your bolt hits it, something inside this lantern collides that is not supposed to. Fire and some kind of lift connect, and it's not just a material fire. There is sort of a rippling that accompanies it. The fire washes out. Because it's stunned, it fails its save automatically. But also, the fire stops after about 10 or 15 feet. The ripple keeps going. You clear a level of memory drain.
Oh, nice.
All right. That was only your, first attack?
Oh, that was only one attack, I guess. Um, can I fly over or under the dragon?
Yeah, you could move through its space.
See how many feet did I move already? I can't remember. So I was like over here. And probably won't get close enough to oh, just barely. Oh, I accidentally selected both little fears.
Oh, yeah, because I copied it. I guess you have control over it.
Yeah, as that confused me, I was like, oh, at least I didn't try moving them. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna shoot this other balloon.
That'll hit.
With D4. And then 1, 2, 3.
Oof, yeah. You blast another giant chunk out of it. It is starting to look legitimately hurt. And you clear your other stack of memory drain.
Okay, then.
All right.
Um,
Go ahead.
so I think that was just 2 attacks, wasn't it?
Yeah, you blew up 2. So you've got at least one more.
Oh yeah, and it was this one, yeah, that I took out. So don't really want to shoot the one that Snicked is unconscious on. You can try hitting the dragon, I guess.
Appreciate it.
No, I try to be considerate sometimes.
That is going to hit. And make sure you're rolling that with advantage. Because the dragon is stunned.
Oh, right. I'll do another roll to check for it. Yeah. Okay, but it was, what was it, 9 damage.
All
Yeah.
right. Out of curiosity, how much key do you have left?
I do have 1 key point left, and whatever that energy pill gives me.
Oh, the energy pill is an extra key.
Yeah.
So you're not totally out. Just a fun thing. Creatures that are stunned fail strength saving throws automatically.
Well, that's true. I guess I could, yeah. Yeah, I could do another crush.
It is crushed.
And I don't roll the damage until next turn.
Right.
Okay.
So this sequence of events. Let's just replay the last like 30 seconds here.
All right.
So Sho runs out, jumps on one of the lanterns, rides the lantern, is sort of swept along in the current behind the creature as it swirls through the mists. You're desperately holding on, and with a running leap, and we'll say a lash of your thorn whip, you pull yourself onto the back of the dragon. You manage to sort of grab the horns and ridges at the back of its head and like crash it onto the roof of the tower. Ty is almost cut down, but something strange happens. And he explodes with this peculiar energy and takes advantage of the moment to unleash this horrible sequence of stunning blows that just pummel through the creature's resistances. On the last hit, you manage to stun it, and it twitches and is now disoriented. Lilifear, taking advantage of the confusion, has started exploding the lanterns, causing huge gouts of fire that tear holes in the dragon. And now we are back to Ty.
That was quick. Well, clear. So is he still stunned?
The stun I think drops at the start of your turn, but it is now
Gotcha.
restrained. So attacks against it will still have advantage, and its attacks will have disadvantage.
Gotcha.
Oh no, the end of your next turn. So it's still stunned during your turn.
It's stunned and restrained.
So if I attack it with advantage, 24,
24 is going to hit.
and we're gonna try to stun it again. Just re-stun it.
All right. Let's give it a con save. Oh, 19.
That's kind of sad. It's bound to happen. So we'll try hit it again. 26.
That is going to hit. What was your attack roll for the first one?
24.
Oh, that's weird. For some reason, your attacks like intermittently pop up on one side and not the other.
You see, whenever I roll for advantage and just hit the buttons properly, it doesn't go through. And so normally I probably should just double hit it and pretend it's advantage. I'm stubborn.
Weird.
Huh. Okay.
That way everyone else can see it. Because it says to show to everyone, but it never does. I've kind of just accepted that.
Well, it's showing on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
If you go to your character sheet on D&D Beyond, there should be a little box there that says Beyond 20. If you click it, it should pop open a new window of options where it says Whisper Roll. Hit Never Whisper, and on type of roll, make it say Ask Every Time. And then whatever you click, it'll pop open a window. If you left click it, you don't have to right click, just left click. It'll pop open a window where you can choose what kind of roll you want to do. And those rolls will show up in Roll20.
Gotcha. So first off, where is this box at? Because I am not seeing
Near
it.
the top, it says Beyond 20, and it's got the
Yeah,
die.
If
We
you
can play
see
with
the
it later. It's not crucial.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've
you've
not
made
seen
2
it.
attacks. You've got at least one more.
I'm gonna use my last key point. I got an idea. We're gonna flurry of blows, and maybe I can like limit this thing's attacks.
All right. First one hits.
Well, if it's advantage, that'd be one attack.
Oh yeah. So first one hits.
And then go for the second one, and
Second one hits. So what are your
18.
two flurry of blows effects?
Clearly, bonus action or action, not either, and then I kind of forgot the rest. We'll limit its movement to 0. That's what we'll do.
All right. So that was Ty's turn. The silence, you're up.
All
It
right.
is restrained, so you will have advantage.
Well, first order of business. I'm gonna use my 10-foot reach and grab Snick and pull him onto the top of the castle.
Good call.
And then where you're
All
gonna
right,
kill Evil Ty and then pop his balloon.
I was just planning on throwing the balloon into the dragon and then grabbing Snick and walking back. Like, give it a nice nudge to the dragon. Or do we have to pop it?
You can pop it with a low target attack.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna pull back this mid Snick, hit the balloon with a dart. Well, not one hit.
I'm going to say a nat 1 is not going to hit. Well, I'll say you
Well-
dragged Snicked a little further than that, so you don't blow him up on accident.
I did
So you
my
can
math
try
correctly.
another.
He said 15 feet, right?
Yeah.
I remember.
Is the
I
radius
should
of the
be right out of the radius, right? 5, 10.
should be fine. Yeah.
But we're gonna throw another dart. I have to.
All right. That will hit. So go ahead and roll 3d10. And because it is restrained, it has disadvantage on its saving throw, but doesn't auto fail.
Would a new balloon spawn in because Evil Ty was right on top of it?
Let me think about this.
And then the new balloon immediately explodes.
He does succeed on his save.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, I think there's a new balloon. I don't think it automatically explodes, though. All right. So I guess you could throw another dart, though.
I gotta take a step forward though.
Oh, actually, can you throw another dart? Maybe you can't.
No, I have to use those 2 attacks. I guess I get bonus action attack.
But I think your bonus action attack has to be unarmed.
Melee.
That's one of the wonky things with monks is the flurry and bonus action hits have to be unarmed.
Alright, well,
Can still attack the dragon at least.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna attack the dragon.
And then he punched a dragon. and you're punching it with advantage.
Oh, thank God. I kind of forgot that, to be honest.
Womp womp.
Mm.
Shaking out them bad rolls. All right, it is Show's turn. Oh, anything else? That's action, bonus action.
Could keep one, but no, I'll be good.
All right. Show, you're up.
Is the dragon stunned right now?
It is restrained.
Who is restraining it?
It is restrained by Show's crushing gravitational force.
My force?
Nope, not Show. Lilifear.
Gotcha. Um, so at the very least, the dragon's probably not moving much. So I'm gonna go try and rescue Snick.
Appreciate.
All right. So how many key points are you spending? Hello?
Oh, I'm gonna roll 3. That's the maximum, I think.
All right. So that means Snicked Snicked gets to roll 3d8 plus 6.
3d8 plus 6. All right, so it's 17.
All right, you are back up on your feet. All right, anything else?
I'm gonna try to move back on top of the dragon.
All right, give me a fresh athletics check.
Can I do it with advantage since it's restrained?
I'll allow it. All right.
Didn't need it.
You make it back up on top. At the end of your turn. Oof, 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 oh, it hurts. It hurts me to hurt you all.
I swear, if I fall asleep again.
Well, good news. You're not going to fall asleep.
Die horribly.
Yeah, I gotta do it. It's gonna burn 2 legendary actions, and it's gonna use its breath weapon.
I thought it used up all of its legendary.
Legendary resistances.
Oh,
Those are like per battle, whereas legendary actions are per turn.
well, dang.
Bring back our old friend. Well, now it doesn't want to let me rotate. There we go. Yep. That is going to be Snicked, the Silence, and Ty all making a Charisma saving throw.
Oh, right, charisma save. That's not going to happen.
Ah,
Oh no.
I'll see you guys in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I get the sound. It doesn't have to.
So, man, didn't I give you this? Don't you have this somewhere? Oh, nope, that's a different ability. All right. Oof. Ooh. Roll low. Roll low. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Ty is unconscious. Snicked. Snicked, you're actually going to stay up. You take 12 points of psychic damage. And the silence also takes 12 because you have resistance to psychic damage. That could have been
Goodness.
a lot worse, y'all. That was 25 damage on 7d10.
Oh wow.
Yep. All right,
Ooh.
Snicked, it is your turn.
Okay. Let me
Whoops.
think.
Yes, it is your turn. The silence, you do get 1 stack of memory drain.
Nope.
All right, Snicked.
Um,
It is very hurt, but so are you.
yes. First things first. I am going to use my kobold racial ability to use a draconic cry. Until the start of my next turn, everybody has advantage against the dragon.
So just to play with your math here. So it's restrained,
Okay.
but it has a chance to break restrained on its turn. So theoretically, you could get extra attacks with advantage now and risk it breaking out of restrained, or you can secure that advantage until the start of your next turn.
Right. How hurt does it look?
It's pretty hurt.
Okay. Uh, in that case, I think before the beginning of my turn, I will have switched styles to dragon style. And I will not use my kobold cry.
All right.
Instead, I'm just going to beat the hell out of it. First attack with advantage, right?
Yes.
I am so smart. Good, because a 20 is better than a 12.
Yep. So 20 is going to hit.
9 points of damage.
All right.
Second attack is a crit. Which did not roll the damage
Oh,
correctly.
no.
That did not roll the damage correctly.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
try that again. Okay, that's better. And then on my flurry of blows, one of those will be a draconic roar, so it needs to make a con save.
All right. I'm just going to cue you guys in. You are really down to the wire here. It has 18 hit points, and it's going to take damage from Show's ability at the top of its turn. It did get a 13 on that save, though. Is that half
And my
damage?
That is
I keep
half
saying
damage.
Show, and I mean Lilithir. I don't know why.
Okay, I was gonna say, I wasn't sure, but yeah.
So yeah, that's half damage, so it takes 4. And it's frightened. Oh no, sorry, it made the save, so it's not
Yeah.
frightened. Dang it, that would have been hilarious.
Friend distract.
And then my final flurry. With advantage, dang it.
Uh, 23 will hit.
For 8 points of damage.
Oof, this is real tight. It has 6 hit points left. Is that the end of your turn?
Let's see, that was action and bonus actions, so the only thing I have left to do is move. I'll come over here, I guess. No, I won't. I'll just stay where I was.
All right. So, this is a real important roll. So, Lilifear, what is the max damage on one of your crush rolls?
Let's see. Where is it?
Okay, so it's 1d6 damage. If
Okay.
you roll max damage, it dies at the top of its turn. Anything less, and it gets to take one action or bonus action because. Oh! It has one hit point, but it is its turn.
Oh no.
All right.
Wait,
So,
wait. Let's see.
oh yeah, it does save to see if it stays restrained.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out. It says.
For some
Oh,
reason,
that's weird.
it rolled it as a critical. I don't know why.
I'm confused. Oh, I think I flipped some switch on. Here we go. Okay.
It breaks restrained.
As a reaction to it breaking the restraint, I go back to turtle style.
But it is still it got hit with the Thief of Time flurry from Ty. So it could use an action or a bonus action, and it can't make more than one attack. It also has its speed reduced to 0. But here's the rub. I'm about to roll and see if it gets a breath weapon back.
Yep.
If it gets a breath weapon, this is going to get real messy.
Yep.
So here we go. I'm actually going to roll it on Roll20 so we can watch it. It does not get its breath weapon. So it has one thing left it can do. So it is going to... let's see. Ty is unconscious. It is going to... It's going to attack Snicked. It just has to.
Bring it.
It's going to use Devour Regret. And it gets an 11.
Ha!
Well, that's because Snick has no regret.
No regrets.
Yeah, it just washes over you and finds no purchase. And it just stares at you in amazement. All right. It is Lilifear's turn. You have to deal 1 point of damage.
Well, just for fun, I'm going to shoot the last balloon, or that one balloon there.
All right. All you got to hit is a 10.
Oh.
So what does it look like as you blow up this last balloon and end this dragon?
I guess, yeah, it'd be like a lantern exploding. Just you get the lantern fireball just washing over the dragon and just kind of like melting it away. Kind of like, I guess, think of a fireball in a mist or fog or something that's kind of dissipating it.
All right. So your cosmic bolt, just the tiniest little like dot of energy shoots out, and we do sort of a kill cam. It like winds its way around the dragon's body, up, over, underneath, back, forth, up over the tail, and then there's just a slight like as it hits the lantern, and then there's a slight moment of the lantern explodes, and this fire and this wave of sort of psychic energy ripples outward from it, and where it hits the dragon starts to smolder and come apart. And it comes apart into like vaporous streams of memory and regret. And you see it not just from you all, but you see memories of ages past. You see flickers of past eras. You pick out sometimes your predecessors and your different traditions. Ty, you actually see a young white robed individual with a face you don't really recognize, but you see them defeating a previous version of this creature with hands covered in white fire. Snicked, you see a sort of feral looking man, probably in his 40s. And he and a group of other warriors are fighting this creature, and you see the same sort of flickering silhouettes of the creatures that your styles are modeled after. And you feel for just a second like you might recognize, like you might know this person from somewhere. And you all see these visions. So many more groups killed by this creature instead of living. And all of the memory sort of seeps out of it and flows back into the mist that surrounds this tower. And it goes weirdly quiet. And then the clouds start to part a little bit. And you can see that you're looking down from an incredible height over the entire realm. And you can see places that you know. You see parts of the golden imperial capital, even late at night, lit all through its streets. You catch glimpses of moonlight reflecting off of the watery pools of the Falling Star Sect campus. You can see the mountains where the Razormind and the Iron Body sects reside. You see all of these things, and then down from above, out of the dark sky, more of these red lanterns fall, just sort of drifting in sort of a swarm or cloud together, and they just sort of rain down, thousands of them, and you see these points of reddish orange light sort of vanishing as they fall below. And that is where we're going to leave off this week. Is everybody good to play next week?
Yes.
Yeah, they're good.
Should
Yep.
be.
So, quick group poll. Do we want to keep monking, or do we want to do something for Halloween?
I don't care. I can do either.
I'm game to keep monking.
Yeah, it works
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, let's keep monking.
All right.
Yeah, let's keep monking around.
Then we will be back with more monks next week as we finish up the second of your Day of 10,000 Fists. So I'm going to shut off our stream. Everybody on the internet, have a wonderful evening, and we will see you all next week.
Bye bye.
Peace.